don't go away, because you don't want to miss this great adventure from Myanmar, Southeast Asia.
Myanmar is centrally located in Southeast Asia. It shares a border with India and Bangladesh on the northwest flank. China and Laos straddle the northern border, and Thailand runs down the southeast spine of the nation. Myanmar also butts up against the Bay of Bengal and the Andaman Sea. Myanmar is a nation more globally known as Burma. Its people draw their long lineage from the 11th century, during the golden age of Pagan. Geographically tiny in stature, Myanmar continues to be one of the most misunderstood and controversial nations on the face of the earth. But it's also one of the most unexplored, untainted, and beautiful places any serious adventure traveler could ever wish to see. Flying is the best way to get from Mandalay, Myanmar from Yangon. You can take a boat up the Irrawady River, or you can go by road, but for $200 return, you'll save a lot of valuable time and aggravation. My plan was to spend several days roaming around the colorful markets, religious pagodas, and the historical fortress palace. I would then head upriver to the sleepy backwater town of Mingun on the banks of the Irrawady River. I would then hop a plane for the 2-hour flight to Napoli Beach. I would end my excursion exploring the small fishing villages and white sand beaches on the Bay of Bengal. The road between Yangon and Mandalay is currently only 2 lanes and in very poor condition. However, millions of dollars are now being spent on the construction of a new highway, which should make traveling between the 2 cities a far more enjoyable experience, especially for those who don't like to fly. I had pre-arranged some assistance with my travels in the Mandalay region through a professional guide service called Asian Tours based in Yangon. There's a number of private tour operations in the country, and on a first-time trip, they can be a valuable asset while exploring the surrounding countryside. A Burmese market isn't just a place to sell goods. It's a social gathering where people come to exchange their latest gossip, renew friendships, and chat about life while working in a collective environment. There's a spirit of family and a strong sense of comradeship that exists in these tightly cramped back alleyways. These markets are actually a blast. They're a lot of fun. In this market, I'm especially finding a whole lot of war and army paraphernalia. Some of it's U.S., but most of it's Chinese, which makes sense. Another good thing about these markets is you'll find a lot of boots here, and I know, like myself, I go through boots like mad when I'm traveling, like on the road for a long time. So you come to these markets and you'll find old army boots that still have great soles on them and stuff. And just in case you run into any kind of trouble or anything, it never hurts to have a helmet. In recent years, the military dictatorship has taken note of neighboring China's tilt towards market economy, and the economic disaster North Korea has encountered by isolationism has shown them that tourism is definitely an asset. Nevertheless, there are still some problems with the flow of currency, and I found one of the biggest headaches I encountered was getting my hands on hard cash. Most banks are only open 4 hours a day, and foreign travelers are obliged to exchange their dollars into notes called FACs. The FACs must then be taken to a special government licensed exchange center to get US dollars. If you're from Canada, England, or Germany, for example, this becomes a major obstacle. Major hotels are only permitted to exchange between $50 or $100 a day on your visa. but they charge a 7% service charge. Once you get outside the big cities, it's impossible to do any financial transactions. So stock up on lots of cash before you hit the streets to buy souvenirs or even begin touring the street markets.